distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am honored on behalf of the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to welcome you all to the launching of the Skills, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is an innovation in our education system. We are bringing together education and industry and present the merger in the classroom. We've tried this model with the Africa Higher Education Centers of Excellence, that is recruiting universities in their respective competencies to help train and to build the human capital of this continent. The excellence program we have in the University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, USET, is the Center for Science, Technology and Engineering for Entrepreneurship. We've looked around in Africa and selected KNUST, that is Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, with their very rigid and strong engineering program. We looked around in Europe and considered the Demon University of UK as one who would graduate and have over 90% of their graduates in employment within the first 6 months. And we've succeeded in blending these two into one curriculum. Now we have to roll this out to our Tibet centers. And to do this, we need to respond to certain needs. And one of those is the Skills, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund. That must be instituted to make sure that institutions in the Gambia, not just our own institutions, but the private institutions as well that are not public, women groups and the youth groups would all have access to this fund, and build their businesses, around it. It is for this reason that we gather here today, Your Excellency, to launch a paradigm shift in our education system. The system, in short, is designed to teach how to fish and how to sell and how to stay in the business. But I would now call on the Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology to give us the welcoming remark. He would welcome all of you to this launching. Honorable Minister.
Country rep and also the World Bank TTL for this program, this project, together with the rest of the team from Washington, and governors and mayors here present, ladies and gentlemen. We are gathered here to start the implementation of our transformation agenda of the tertiary higher education ecosystem. For a long time, we've been insisting on the mainstream of education, which is general education, since 1965. And for a long time, we've been having gaps, skills gaps, within our labor force. And for a long time, we've been having challenges in terms of responses to the needs and aspirations of our youth. Today, under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency President Barrow, a signal has been sent, urbe and orbe, that the youths of an alternative will be given hope in their own backyards, get the right skill sets, but not only that, be supported so that they can take charge of their destiny by creating jobs. Because the education that we are working on now is a functional education, an education that liberates the individual. And because we are cognizant of what the scholars said many years ago, Einstein, for instance, that education is what will remain when everything is no more. And that's what His Excellency wants to hand over to the youth of this country. So that tomorrow, when they are in their own backyards, for them to be free and feed themselves, feed their family, feed the nation. That's the type of education we are talking about now. Hence, the agenda through this project to come up with, to insist more on Tibet. Because we missed the road many years ago when we wanted to do it. Many years ago. But today, thanks to His Excellency, we are now on the right path. Having Tibet education in different areas, having two models of Tibet centers, multi-purpose, those doing auto mechanic, those doing carpentry, electrical, and so. And most of them are given free scholarship, are given tuition, government is taking care of their tuition fees, if you take the case of Nerban, for instance. So that we have a well-skilled youthful population. The other one also, which is part of the RISE project, is now specialized Tibet centers. The one in Sierra with agribusiness, and also the one in the Combos with fisheries and related marine activities. So this is the way forward. Functional education. People to come out and feed themselves. We believe that the Gambia can feed herself. We can do it here with the right mindset. Today, through this fund, this is also going to support the Tibet centers to develop as structures, but also support the curriculum and also support startups. So when you are being trained, you are prepared now to do business after your training. So we will not wait until you graduate. And the system, the Tibet centers must practice what they preach, must practice what they are teaching. So this is a game changer in our higher education ecosystem. So Your Excellency, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. I always provoke my colleagues, the ministry, saying that next year we'll be celebrating 60 years. 60 years of independence. And we are having issues. And this is now an opportunity, golden opportunity, that the Gambia government, through the dynamic leadership of His Excellency, is proposing as an alternative. And we never had this situation. And the other thing also is, gone are those days when you come up with funds, but you don't do your homework. You don't have systems in place. And without that, it will fail. But the good thing is, thanks to the support of the dynamic team also from the World Bank, who looked at different models from Cabo Verde and Rwanda and other examples, try to blend and now come up with the Gambian model and with a manual that gives clear guidelines of how to proceed, how to disburse funds, how to support the youth, how to support startups, following having in place. Great day. This is unprecedented in the history of the Gambia. This is the first time since 1965 having such a model. So Your Excellency, thank you very much for this opportunity. And I want to thank all those who worked on the team. Faye, sorry for being too pushy, making a lot of follow-ups and so on, but you were there. Thank you, Jason, and the rest of the team. You know, as a teacher, we'll always be questioning the logic all the time. So trying to get the best for the Gambia. But you were there to accommodate our issues, and you also help us learn from best practices so that the Gambia can get the best. Because we are from a small country called the Gambia, but our thinking and our output are not small. We coming from a great nation called the Gambia, and we feel that with the leadership that we have, we can deliver, and that's where we're heading to, hence the transformation agenda. You must have noticed now what is going on with transformation of Gambia College into a University of Education, no longer having two different baskets here and there that do not talk to each other. Now everything being streamlined. We are also talking about civil service university and so on and so forth. And you've seen what the Gambia government has done recently at Farababanta. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, and a lot is coming. And Your Excellency, thank you very much for investing in education. I know there was a time we had challenges of funding and we wanted to reduce the investment, but you responded to say, no, let's maintain. People, need that investment, and they need quality education, because there will be no development without a well-trained citizenry. Human capital is key. And Tibet and entrepreneurship and innovation, these are the driving forces of any sustainable development. So I thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Your Excellency, for this great opportunity for the Gambian youth. And I hope that the youth and the institutions will make good use of this opportunity, and so that they can really support the government agenda to develop this great nation called the Gambia. Thank you very much.
Colleagues present, including our practice manager for social protection, who's visiting from Dakar. And we have, of course, our esteemed task team leader, Jason Weaver, along with the other task team leaders, Christabel Dadzi and Anne Helga, who are here today, who have been supporting the project, along with our other colleagues. I also have our incoming resident representative, Franklin I really do not like to pronounce your name because I know I don't do a good job, but it would be good. Maybe you can stand up and wave so people can see you. Franklin is joining us. He'll be joining us in July. He's here visiting as well. Distinguished members of the civil society and the private sector, esteemed colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen, of course, the people of the media also here today, and of course our PROMSEC MC for today, PS Ture. So it's really a privilege to be here today to launch the Skills, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund. When Professor Gomez called me, Honorable Gomez, and said, I really want us to have a special event, and I said, okay, this sounds good, because this is really, as he said, a groundbreaking fund for the Gambia, and we are very hopeful that it will spur the strengthening of skills and innovation skills of the youth of the Gambia. It's a critical component of our new project, which is actually going to be launched on Wednesday, which is called the Resilience, Inclusion, Skills and Equity Project, which covers all the way from early years, basic education, TVET, and also social protection activities. And we find that this SIE fund is going to be a critical component of RISE. And it's an initiative that promises to be transformative for the Gambia's future. I really extend my deepest appreciation to the government of the Gambia and the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, MOHERST, for their unwavering commitment to these exciting initiatives and for their strong collaboration with the World Bank. As Professor Gomez says, I'm very used to receiving WhatsApp messages from him in the evening telling me about one new initiative or the other that the World Bank should support. So we're happy to support this one. Special thanks also to other development partners for their insights from related initiatives. The team did do a deep dive into initiatives that already exist in the Gambia as well as other countries outside outside of the country as well. So we thank you because all of this information has significantly informed the bank's support for the SIE fund. Now, at the World Bank, we understand that a country must invest in its people today in order to achieve greater prosperity tomorrow. And the Gambia's demographic profile, with 63.7% of the population under 25 years old, presents a unique opportunity to harness the potential of its youth. I keep saying I live by the beach. This is one of the things I'm going to miss the most by the Gambia and of the Gambia. And I see the youth out there. They spend way too much time at the beach. We need to get them working. So the significant youth population faces many difficult challenges, including low labor force participation, with 37% of youth aged 15 to 24 not in education, employment, or training, which is a problem because we really need all hands on deck working to build the Gambia of the future. Each young person in the Gambia holds tremendous potential, and our role is to unlock that potential through targeted support, ensuring that all young people, regardless of their background or circumstances of birth, have the opportunity to succeed and contribute to the society. Now, investing in the youth is not only our moral duty, it's strategic. It's a strategic priority of any country. By providing these young individuals with the education, skills, and opportunities that they need, we can actually significantly enhance the economic opportunity and economic growth with a more skilled and dynamic workforce for the future. So investing in the youth also promotes social stability by integrating these youth into the community and productive activities, thereby fostering a more cohesive society. So there's no doubt that this is a really important endeavor. The Skills Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund is an innovative initiative designed to enhance access to quality and relevant technical and vocational education and training, including entrepreneurial skills development among youth. The fund addresses three key objectives facing youth and TVET sector, which are institutional improvements for TVET centers, training grants and scholarships and startup support, targeting job-ready sectors such as agriculture, tourism, engineering, and ICT. By aligning the TVET with market need, the fund aims to enhance employability with job readiness among graduates, fostering a vibrant and future-oriented workforce. Now, this is really critical because one of the things that we have found is, in terms of TVET, ensuring that there's actually a match between the labor force and the employers is really critical to success, because if you train the youth for the wrong jobs that are not wanted by the market, then it's wasted training, right? So that has been a real focus of this fund. We congratulate MOHERST for using an evidence-based design process. The World Bank was pleased to have facilitated connections between MOHERST and other countries tackling youth employment issues, such as we said already before, including Cabo Verde, Rwanda, and Uganda. These partnerships have provided valuable insights and best practices that have shaped the fund. We also encourage continued collaboration and learning with other countries that have lessons to share while conducting rigorous monitoring and evaluation so other countries can soon come and learn from the Gambia. We also commend MOHERST for enabling both public and private TVET centers to participate, thereby ensuring a wide reach and diverse opportunities for youth nationwide. This is really critical because one of the areas that we have found the challenges in other countries is that the private sector has been left behind. And we all know that the private sector is the driver of growth, it's the driver of jobs. So we need to make sure that we partner closely with them to ensure that they are also developing their own TVET programs, to ensure that everyone across the country has access to training programs. This inclusive strategy will help us to bridge the gap between urban and rural areas, offering equitable access to quality training for everyone. The SIE fund will be governed by a multi-stakeholder structure, including a steering committee, technical advisory committee, and the SIE Fund Secretariat, ensuring effective oversight, strategic direction, and efficient management. A critical element of this fund is the active engagement with employers in governance, selection processes, and the design and delivery of education programs. This collaboration ensures that the skills developed are aligned with market demands, enhancing the employability of the graduates and addressing the skills gap in the labor market. By participating in the design and delivery of TVET programs, employers can ensure that the training provided meets their specific needs, leading to a more competent and productive workforce. As a result, employers and the private sector stand to benefit significantly from the fund by gaining access to a pool of better skilled and job-ready graduates. The fund aims to support thousands of students in successfully completing their TVET training programs, offering a combination of long-term and short-term programs. We are also expecting hundreds of beneficiaries to receive startup support and coaching. Startup support will facilitate business creation, fostering an entrepreneurial culture, and contributing to job creation and economic growth. This part is really exciting to me because I really do see entrepreneurship as a path for the future of the youth, and we have youth that are really eager to employ. Actually, we were having a conversation just a few days ago where someone observed that, in the past, it was all about getting a job. But now, in the future, our youth really want to be the ones creating the jobs, and we need to give them that opportunity. So it's really exciting that we have this component. As a key success indicator, the RISE project will monitor the employment status of students 6 months after completing the TVET programs, ensuring that the programs are designed based on the needs of the labor market and requiring collaboration with employers. We're also excited about the fund's interest in supporting training programs focused on climate and the green transition, addressing critical areas such as solar energy, biogas generation, and regreening of landscapes. We encourage the fund to continue to consider how we can address both local and global climate-related challenges. We also congratulate the government for placing a very strong emphasis on girls and women, aiming for at least 50% of beneficiaries to be women. We encourage women to pursue all programs offered, breaking traditional barriers and advancing gender equality in education and employment. This part also is very near and dear to my heart. I continue to press upon the ministers to work on improving gender equity in their ministries. I know we talked about this, Professor Gomez. I would like to see more women in MOHERST, especially. So this is something that we continue to strive for. We encourage the fund to ensure inclusive education practices in TVET programs, especially for students with disabilities. As we launch the Skills Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund, let us reaffirm our commitment to empowering the Gambia's youth with the skills and opportunities that they need to thrive. Together, we can turn the Gambia's growing youth population into a demographic dividend, fostering sustainable development and prosperity for all. Thank you for your kind attention and for joining us on this opportunity. Let's move forward swiftly with determination and purpose. Thank you very much.
Dear President, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, development partners of the government, the media, the private sector, I am honored to present this statement on behalf of the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, who is currently state manager. The statement goes thus. I'm delighted to be part of the official launch of the Skills, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund, a collaborative initiative between the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, and the World Bank under the Resilience, Inclusive Skills and Equity Project RISE. The establishment of the SIE Fund is a significant milestone, one that holds immense promise for the empowerment of Gambian youth and the acceleration of sustainable economic growth through skills acquisition, innovation, and business development. At its core, the SIE Fund is a beacon of hope, aiming to enhance access to technical, innovative, and entrepreneurial skills, and fostering a dynamic ecosystem that will drive innovation, productivity, and prosperity. As the driving force behind economic growth, the Ministry of Finance plays a critical role in ensuring the success and sustainability of initiatives like the SIE Fund. By involving in the development of our youth and equipping them with the tools and resources they need to succeed, we are building a solid foundation for a resilient and prosperous economy. The SIE Fund is expected to support and promote TVET, innovation and entrepreneurship development, and contribute immensely in the human capital development drive of the government of the Gambia. I'm confident that the launch of the SIE Fund will empower Gambian youths to unleash their full potential and contribute to our nation's overall economic growth and development. As we embark on this transformative journey, Your Excellency, I'm certain that all stakeholders, including the Ministry of Finance, TVET institutions, the Gambian youth, will wholeheartedly support and champion this noble initiative, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to our shared vision. The Ministry of Finance will continue to provide support during the implementation of the fund. That's a promise. Together, let us create a future where every Gambian youth can thrive and contribute meaningfully to our nation's prosperity. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
I feel lighter. Okay, we will have a short break, and during this period, we would call on a youth group to do a performance. They are here with us. We've been
most beautiful golden rock and center.
Don't mind Papa Gambia. He likes bragging and boasting.
Repeat that again, particularly.
Got it.
Don't cry, Mama Gambia. I'm just teasing you. Come on.
Wow. Look at our beautiful children. Improving and accelerating themselves in skill work while contributing to socio-economic development.
We can dive in it. Skills, dreams, streams. We can swim in it. Yeah. You know, I told you that I am the pride of our parents. That
I know you're proud of me.
I know you're so proud of me.
But if you look at it,
accelerated,
appraised, applied, cataloged, diagrammed, mapped, installed, engineered. These are some of the useful words in my vocabulary. ngeen xam ne man maa leen gën a important. I am the father that fathered their father.
That means you are a great grandfather.
I'm telling you.
Go ahead, my son.
There are different types of engineering. Civil engineering, mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering, everything about engineering. But Rasidol, you will all agree with me that there can also be Mahal engineering, Super Kanja engineering, and even Rahabisab engineering.
Shut up! Sir, you know I am Mr. Electrician. Man of distinction, man of vision. Before my existence, there used to be kerosene light, candle light. But since I came, I supplied the whole country with electricity. All the corners, street lights, corner, Konilaha, Senegambia, Polo, Ribaka, up to the provinces, even in the graveyards now. And before, light used to go on and off like 17, 16 times, but now it's minimal. So, respect me, or else I will cut your life.
Hey, you don't know. It doesn't matter so.
No! Alam mo mga ako, yung problema mo dito ay. Five problem where I fix it. Toilet issue, where the house. Pertama dulu. Engkau ifinuan yo kom. Yo dat ke bloku mina ko inu. Sink correct point there I fix it. Even the front of your heart. I fix Gambia. In fact, I fix Africa.
My son, please come back. This is not a competition. One cannot do without the other. In fact, MOHERST and the World Bank Group are building capacities in technical, vocational, education and training, TVET education, as a measure for addressing unemployment, rural-urban migration, and irregular migration. By investing in TVET, the Gambia can equip its young population with the necessary competences to participate in the labor market, enhance their employability, and take advantage of the opportunities arising from the demographic dividend. Conscious of this, MOHERST is establishing innovation and entrepreneurship hubs in every region in the Gambia to promote entrepreneurial learning and business development. Isn't this beautiful?
Opportunities like a sunny one, empowering you, saving their way from the better Gambia, a peaceful way. But if I'm not turning the key to one love, opportunities like a sunny one, empowering you, saving their way for a better Gambia, peaceful way. Papa, Mama, Yara Sadon. Jangan ko aduna, wa jangan ko pinche. Papa, Mama, ya sadong. Kaman ko aduna, wa jangan ko meche. Papa, ya sadong. Kaman ko aduna, wa jangan ko pinche. Mama, ya sadong. Kaman ko aduna, wa jangan ko meche. Skills, dreams, streams, we can dive in. Skills, everybody dreams, sing along. Dreams, we can swim in. Sing go, skills, dreams, dreams, yeah. We can dive in. Skills, yeah. Dreams, yeah. Dreams, wow, we can swim in it.
Hello, Chairman. I beg.
Of this session, and that is the launching, of the Skills Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, President Adam Barrow. Your Excellency, please.
Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, all Honorable Cabinet Ministers present, the World Bank country representative, and team members, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and the Council Corps, the mayors of Banjul, and executive coordinators, senior government officials, distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen. We have gathered here to take another giant leap within the education sector, specific to the delivery and management of technical and vocational education and training Tibet. In other words, we are here today to launch a game-changer linked to the welfare of our youth. It is the launch of the Skills, Innovation and Entrepreneurship SIE form under the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, MOHERST. This innovative strategy is a component of the World Bank funded Resilience, Inclusion, Skills and Equity project, launched earlier as part of my government's Human Capital Formation Initiative. Its objective is to train our young people to utilize technical skills and learn from the classroom in sustainable business ventures. I acknowledge that it is our task to responsibly utilize the support we receive from the World Bank Group and other donor partners by wisely determining strategies and projects that would yield desired development results. This initiative is an example of such targeted strategies. Distinguished personalities, the establishment of the SIE form is technically situated within my government tertiary and higher education transformation agenda. As detailed out in the 2023-2027 Recovery Focused National Development Plan, IRWA, it had the prospect of increasing skill acquisition, employability, and job creation among Gambian youth and women. The fund is also designed to consolidate the gains registered at the University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology USEP, which now offers various engineering programs with embedded innovation and entrepreneurship components. To realize its objectives, the fund will operate like the regional TVEC centers model, fitting with the collaboration and support of the World Bank and the Association of African Universities alongside other development partners. MOHERST has set up an innovation and entrepreneurship hub at USET. The hub will work closely with the SIE fund to maximize the training of young Gambians and equip them with business skills using the technical skills acquired from our institutions. I am hopeful that with the new Gambian National Qualifications Framework, our programs will soon rise to the right quality levels that match our labor market requirements. With this in mind, we are promoting multiple pathways for graduates from basic and secondary schools as well as tertiary and higher education institutions to access both technical and general education unhindered. This new approach will address apprenticeship issues through recognition of prior learning for those without literacy and numeracy skills, but skillfully use their hands. Distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen, the SIE Fund has been well thought through to address three Tibet challenges that hover around the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem. One is the shortage of financial resources to implement the desired improvement initiatives in our Tibet institutions. The second is the absence of resources to provide Tibet tuition for students who need skills and competencies to fit in the labor market. The third is insufficient capital to start and scale up businesses. Initially, the fund will hinge on three windows, namely, enhance Tibet capacity by strengthening Tibet institutions and training, promoting relevant skills development, and supporting entrepreneurship for successful businesses. As part of the program, in collaboration with the World Bank Group, the government has developed and validated a Skills Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fund manual. The manual will guide the implementation of the three windows to ensure that the fund is inclusive, sustainable, and relevant. It is important to note that the SIE Fund has surfaced at a time when my government has already approved the establishment of a tertiary and higher education trust fund, a national research and innovation fund, and a revolving student loan scheme. All these are viable options, not only to finance tertiary and higher education, but also promote and strengthen the development of scientific research and technology development in the Gambia. The relevant bills will be tabled during the second ordinary session of the National Assembly in June 2024. Hopefully, the lessons learned from the fund will guide the establishment and implementation of the financing strategies and appropriately the primary source of financing the higher education research, science and technology subsectors. As the first of its kind, the fund will give the public and private institutions equal opportunities to apply and benefit through competitive processes. Importantly also, besides providing startup support and membership for the youth, the fund is expected to promote investment returns and follow-up measures to ascertain effective use of grants awarded. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, and the World Bank for making this program feasible. To build on this intervention, I encourage other development partners, the private sector and civil society to support my administration further to build a more robust human capital stock for the country. With deep appreciation of the fund's relevance, timelines, and potential benefits, I have the singular pleasure to officially declare the Skills, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship Fund launch. May Allah I thank you.
All right, we will now have the handing over